I've written a series of children's books. They're going to be published on Amazon. It's called Beagle Book Club, and there's a website. It's beaglebookclub.com. But the story I'm getting ready to read here is Molly and the Christmas Trail. So Molly is a little beagle. She's the youngest one of the beagle family, and she's actually a beagle walker cross. And she gets into all kinds of trouble, kind of like me when I was a kid. It was Christmas Eve at the Beagle Farm in Cedar Hollow, North Carolina. A clean white snow had fallen across the fields, sparkling like diamonds under the moonlight. And I forgot my glasses, so inside the warm farmhouse, the Beagle family settled into bed after a long evening of hot cocoa, Christmas stories, and tree decorating. Andy and Mandy Beagle, they're the older siblings, were snoring softly. Sierra, the mother, was curled up by the fire, and Major Rusty kept one eye half open, as he always did. He's a military veteran. He hadn't got out of it yet. But little Molly, she couldn't sleep at all. She wiggled under her blanket. She fluffed her pillow. She even tried counting rabbits hopping through the snow for her imagination to try and go to sleep. But something kept pulling her attention. Sniff, sniff. A strange scent drifted through the window. Cold, sweet, minty, and magical. Molly sat bolt upright. "That's not from Cedar Hollow," she whispered. Curiosity tugged at her paws. She tiptoed to the window and peeked outside. In the snowy field just past the oak tree, a shape moved. Small, shiny, and unfamiliar. Her beagle instincts fired up immediately. Quiet as a mouse, Molly nudged open the back door and slipped into the growing Christmas night. The mysterious tracks. The moment she reached the yard, she spotted them. Hoof prints. But these weren't normal deer tracks. They were neat, delicate, and ever so even. The prints would disappear entirely, reappearing many feet, sometimes hundreds of yards ahead. Molly's tail shot straight up. "A flying deer?" she gasped. Lowering her nose, she sniffed deeply. This was no ordinary trail. The scent was warm, cinnamon sweet, and filled with a strange northern magic. And my page just refreshed. Hang on. "I gotta see where this goes," Molly said, and then she let out one sharp bark. Yip, and raced into the night. The tracks zigged and zagged. Then they soared. And finally, at the edge of the woods, Molly caught up to a baby reindeer. Cowering beside a tree stump was a tiny reindeer no bigger than Molly herself. And keep in mind, Molly is a little puppy. He had warm brown fur, soft antlers, and the saddest eyes Molly had ever seen. Molly skidded to a stop. "Oh, I didn't mean to scare you," she said. The reindeer trembled. "Please don't chase me again." She said, "I wasn't chasing," with a wag. "I was tracking. That's what I do. I'm a tracking dog." The reindeer sniffled. "My name's Comet Junior, and I'm from the North Pole." Molly's jaw dropped. "As in Comet? One of Santa Paul's sleigh team?" He nodded miserably. "I wanted to fly on the sleigh this year, but Santa said I'm too young, and I tried to prove I was ready, so I ran away. But now I'm lost, and I don't know how to get home." Molly's heart melted. "Well," she said proudly, "you're in luck. I'm the best tracker in Cedar Hollow. I can smell your trail all the way back to the North Pole." Comet's ears perked up. "Really?" Molly jumped onto his back. "Let's go find Christmas." What followed was a journey more magical, more difficult, and more exciting than anything Molly had ever dreamed. The River of Broken Stars. Soon they reached a wide, frozen river. Ice shimmered with light, trapped frost stars beneath the surface. But blocking their way was a flock of giant geese, one stern and proud. The largest goose stepped forward. Honk, state your business. Molly whispered, don't panic. Geese can smell fear. Comet Junior froze. They smell everything. Polly puffed her chest. We're on official Christmas business. This is Comet Junior, trainee to Santa Paws. The geese gasped. One big one bowed its long neck. Honored travelers may cross. They escorted Molly and Comet Junior safely across the slippery river, honking blessings as they went. Past the river, the air grew colder, the wind stiffened, and suddenly a glowing snowstorm swallowed them whole. Snowflakes like glittering crystals swirled everywhere, blinding, dazzling, and confusing. This is where the north wind's glitter storm, Comet Junior shouted. It blows travelers off course. Molly shut her eyes, trusting only her nose. I smell pine, frost, and your trail. Go left, now straight, up the hill, stay with me. Step by step, breath by freezing breath, they pushed through the shimmering blizzard until they burst into clear night air. You did great, Molly said. We did great, Comet Junior said with a smile. Next, 3 white foxes darted out, Flick, Flock, and Fig, mischief in their eyes. A runaway reindeer, Flick yelped. A beagle riding him like a cowboy, Fig said. That's amazing, Flock barked. We want a race, Flick declared. Comet Junior's ears drooped. I'm not good at races. Molly whispered, you don't need to win. You just need to show them you're brave. Comet Junior swallowed hard. I'll race. The foxes howled with delight. Ready, set, go. They shot forward like arrows. Comet Junior stumbled at first, but Molly shouted encouragement. You got this. Run, don't think. Then Comet Junior surged forward, hooves barely touching the snow. He passed the foxes, reached the ridge, and planted his hooves triumphantly. The foxes skidded to a stop, impressed. You're going to be a flyer one day, Flick said. We never lose, Fig added, until today. They hurried away, still laughing. The final obstacle loomed ahead, a massive, icy ridge streaking into the night. I can't jump that, Comet Junior whispered. I've never flown on purpose. Molly wrapped her paws around his neck. You don't have to be perfect, she said. You just have to try. Comet closed his eyes, felt the wind, felt the magic, and felt Molly trusting him. He ran, faster, faster, faster. He leapt into the air, and then flight. They soared over the ridge, Molly laughing joyfully as Comet Junior glided through the freezing air for the first time in his life. On the other side, glowing like a frozen kingdom of dreams, shone the North Pole. Candy-striped posts, twinkling lantern trails, elves running every direction, snow soft as powdered sugar. And in the center of it all stood Santa Paws, frantic with worry. Keep looking, he barked, keep looking to a group of elves. We must find Comet Junior before Christmas Eve. Comet is worried sick. And when he turned around and saw the young reindeer with Molly riding proudly on his back, he froze. Then tears filled his eyes. Then the tears froze. Comet Junior! He galloped forward and wrapped the reindeer with a giant furry hug. And you, Molly, you brave little Beagle, you saved Christmas. He reached into his magic sack and pulled out a special reindeer-shaped treat and a brand new red and gold Christmas collar for Molly. For the bravest nose in North Carolina, Santa Paws said warmly. Molly wagged until she nearly toppled over. Santa Paws tossed them both in the sleigh, and on they went. Back at home, Andy and Mandy Beagle woke early. Molly, Andy called. Molly, where are you? Sierra, their mother, sniffed the air. Major Rusty followed her outside. Tiny sparkling hoof prints dotted the snow. Molly's been on an adventure, Rusty murmured, as they began searching. It wasn't unusual for Molly to run off. Whoosh! Santa Paws' sleigh swooped into the yard. Molly hopped out, tail wagging, proudly wearing her new collar. Merry Christmas! Santa Claus handled everybody a special Beagle treat and a wrapped gift. Your Molly saved Comet Junior and helped save Christmas, Santa said. The family hugged Molly tight, and she blushed her new shiny collar. As Santa Claus and Comet rose back into the sleigh, Molly looked upward. She had followed a mysterious trail into the night and found magic, courage, and friendship in Christmas itself. Now, every one of my stories always has a moral to the story. Can you tell me what the moral of this story was? Be brave and help your neighbor. Be brave and help your neighbor. And every one of these stories also has something for adults.